Okay, let's dive right into this. If you've ever found yourself totally stuck or, maybe a little anxious when trying to talk about something that happened in the past in Spanish, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to demystify the Spanish preterite tense. We're going to build a logical, reliable toolkit so you can confidently express exactly what you did, what happened, and how things changed. Seriously, once you see the patterns we've laid out for you today, it's going to click like never before.
So, think about your day so far. Everything you've already done. Well, it belongs to the past. But how do you actually talk about yesterday in Spanish? Because if you can't talk about the past, your conversations are pretty much trapped in the present moment, right? Unlocking the past tense means unlocking the ability to tell your stories, share memories, report facts, and just truly connect with people over shared experiences. And that is exactly what we're conquering today. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, unlocking the past tense. Second, the triggers, time expressions. Third, conjugating AR verbs. Fourth, grouping ER and IR verbs. And finally, putting it all together. Section 1. Unlocking the past tense. What exactly is the preterite? Looking closely at page 63 of our student book, we get a really clear definition here. The preterite tense is a verb tense used to describe actions that began and ended in the past, sudden changes in condition, or interruptions of another action. I really want to emphasize this point. The preterite is strictly for completed, isolated actions. Think of it like a camera snapping a single photo. The action is done. It's over. It's a completely closed box on the timeline of your life. Section 2, the triggers, time expressions. The keys to starting the past tense engine. The logic here is actually super simple. Before we even worry about conjugating a verb, we need to know the triggers. Let's see how this builds. Our first block of triggers is anchored firmly to the word ayer, meaning yesterday. Look at how logically these stack up. You've got ayer for yesterday and antes de ayer for the day before yesterday. Then we get into specific times of day. Ayer por la mañana, ayer por la tarde, and ayer por la noche. And of course, the super common anoche for last night. Whenever you drop one of these phrases, you're automatically locking your sentence right into that completed past tense. Next up, let's keep building that toolkit by grouping the pasado expressions. Pasado literally means past or last. So la semana pasada is last week. El martes pasado, last Tuesday. We also have el mes pasado for last month, el año pasado for last year, and el verano pasado for last summer. Notice how beautifully these expressions frame a definitively completed time window. Last summer is totally over, the window is closed, so the action practically demands the preterite. We'll wrap up the triggers with the hace block. In this context, hace translates to ago. And honestly, these are incredibly useful because they give this immediate signal of exactly when a completed action happened. Hace 3 días, 3 days ago. Hace un rato, a little while ago. You can be super precise, like hace una hora, or hace 10 minutos, or you can keep it broad. Hace poco tiempo for a short time ago, or hace mucho tiempo for a long time ago. Whether it was hace una semana, hace un mes, or hace muchos años, the exact second you say hace, you're telling the person listening that you are digging straight into the preterite toolkit. Section 3. Conjugating AR verbs. Building blocks with the verb amar. All right, this brilliantly illustrates the pattern using the verb amar, to love. Let's build that audiovisual association right now. For yo, I loved, it's amé. Note that accent. For tú, you loved, it's amaste. For él, ella, or usted, he, she, or you formal loved, it's amó. Again, listen for that strong accent on the final O. For nosotros, we loved, amamos. For ustedes, you all loved, amaron. And for ellos or ellas, they loved, it's also amaron. Listen to that rhythm. Amé, amaste, amó, amamos, amaron, amaron. That solid block structure applies to all regular AR verbs in the past. Section 4. Grouping ER and IR verbs. The pattern shortcut. Okay, get ready because I'm about to give you a massive aha moment. If you were sitting there stressing out about having to memorize 2 more entirely different sets of conjugations, I have some fantastic news for you. Memorizing the rest of the regular preterite conjugations is about to get so much easier. If you compare the ER endings to the IR endings, they're absolutely 100% identical. For both ER and IR verbs, the endings are I, iste, yo, imos, and ieron. We just literally cut your memorization work right in half. If you know one, you automatically know the other. Let's demonstrate this matching pattern in action with an er verb. Let's take temer to fear. Yo temí. Tú temiste. Él, ella, usted temió. Nosotros temimos. Ustedes temieron. Ellos, ellas temieron. Just look at how those clear, logical building blocks click right into place at the end of the root tem. It's so satisfying. Now, let's instantly reinforce that shortcut. Here's an IR verb, partir, to leave. Notice how it follows the exact same mechanical block structure as the last one. Yo partí. Tú partiste. Él, ella, usted partió. Nosotros partimos. Ustedes partieron. Ellos, ellas partieron. Honestly, once you see this structural parallel, the grammar stops feeling like some wild, unpredictable jungle and starts feeling way more like organized math. Section 5, putting it all together. Real-world application of the toolkit. It's time to transition from isolated grammar mechanics into building complete, meaningful sentences in the real world. Check out this sentence drawn straight from our source text. El sábado pasado salí a pasear y visité a unos amigos. Look at how the different parts of our toolkit work together here. First, we have the trigger. El sábado pasado, last Saturday, boom, the time window is closed. Then we have our verbs. Salí, from the IR verb salir, using the yo ending, I went out. And visité, from the AR verb visitar, I visited. Last Saturday, I went out for a walk and I visited some friends. It's clear, it's precise, and it is a perfectly structured past tense sentence. Let's look at one more example from the text. Al recibir una carta de mi familia, me alegré mucho. Upon receiving a letter from my family, I became very happy. So the crucial point is right at the end with me alegré. This uses the preterite of the AR verb alegrarse. Remember our definition from the very beginning of the explainer? The preterite is used for a sudden change in condition or emotion. Receiving the letter was an event that triggered a sudden, completed emotional shift. The mechanics perfectly match the meaning. You've got the triggers, you have the AR endings, and you have the combined ER and IR shortcut endings. You now hold the complete toolkit to talk about completed actions, sudden changes, and interruptions. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this question. What story are you going to tell about your ayer? Go out there, test your new toolkit in the real world, and start sharing your past with total confidence. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.